Just starting with a nice deep breath, reaching both arms up above the head. Big inhale through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Reaching over just with one arm, lengthening out through the torso. Focus on your breathing. Bring that arm down and reaching over with the other arm. And relaxing that arm down. Both arms again up above the head. Interlacing the fingers, bringing the arms down center, separating the shoulder blades. And releasing the arms. Rolling the shoulders back. Just drop the ear down on one side. The ear goes down to the shoulder and reaching along with the opposite hand out to the side. Just focus on your breathing. Bring the head back up and gently down to the opposite side. Again, ear to the shoulder, reaching along with the opposite hand. And relax. Twisting over to one side, looking over the shoulder, rotating through the spine, staying tall through the midsection. Return back to center and reaching forward from the hips, releasing the back. Let the head and neck relax. And just focus on those breaths. Bringing that back up slowly and rotating to the opposite side. Looking back over the shoulder if you can. And again, bring that back to center. Bringing one arm across from the shoulder, gently cradling the elbow. This should just be a nice, relaxed position. And opening up through the chest. And bringing the other arm across, same thing. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Opening up again through the chest and reaching both arms up above the head. Just leaning over to one side, again opening up through the rib cage. Back up center and over to the opposite side. Good, back up center, relax the arms down. We're going to change positions, coming onto our backs. Make sure you're in a comfortable position with your mat. And rolling down very slowly and gently. Bring the arms up overhead, just to where you're comfortable. Taking a few nice deep breaths. Bring the arms back up center and opening up through the chest. And release the legs down to one side, both knees going down. Again, gently, just making sure that the back and the spine feel okay. Slowly bringing the knees back up center and dropping both knees down to the opposite side. Gently bringing both knees back up to center again. Let's bring one knee into the the chest, stretching through the glutes and the hamstrings. And then lengthening that leg up just to where you feel comfortable, keeping that nice soft knee. It's a great stretch for the hamstrings. Lowering that back down, gently bringing the knee into the chest, and then dropping the foot down. Switching to the other side, bring the knee into the chest and hold. And then extending the leg up towards the sky. You should just feel a nice mild stretch, nothing too intense. Bringing the knee back into the chest, lifting the other knee up to meet both knees into the chest, and just gently rock side to side to loosen up that lower back. And gently release one foot down, lengthening that leg all the way to the floor, crossing over that bent knee right across the midline, stretching through the low back and the spine. You should feel a good stretch through the hips as well. And returning that knee back to center. Gently bringing the other knee in. Extend that opposite leg down. On the other side this time, dropping the knee across the midline, just gently stretching through the lower back and the hips. Bring that knee back up to center, both knees into the chest, and very slowly rolling back up to seated. And then coming to position on all fours. So we're going to round the back, pulling the belly button into the spine, rounding and releasing through the shoulder blades. And inhale, come back to relax. Exhale again, rounding through the spine, pulling up again through the belly button. And inhale, come to relaxed pose. And one more time, rounding through that back, separating those shoulder blades. And relax down. Reaching forward, sending the hips back into child's pose position, lengthening the arms just to wherever you're comfortable, relaxing the head and neck. And slowly bringing that back up to center again, 4-point position. Reaching one arm across the midline, sending the hips the opposite direction, sitting back. Focus on your breathing. Bringing that back down into child's pose again. Relaxing a little deeper into that stretch if you can. And again, back up to 4-point position. Now reaching with the other arm across the midline in front of you, sending the hips in the opposite direction, leaning into that stretch. focusing on the breathing. Bringing that center again in a seated position. Legs can be either crossed or out in front, reaching up, hands above the head, reaching forward, lengthening through the hamstring muscles. Just coming to a comfortable position for you. It doesn't have to be far. Just relaxing into that stretch, coming back up, folding one foot in, bending the knee, and reaching down towards the opposite extended foot. Again, just gently stretching through the hamstring muscles. Just to where you're comfortable. And releasing, switching to the opposite foot, and just reaching forward. Again, this doesn't have to be a big stretch, just enough to stretch out the back of the leg or the hamstring muscle. And again, focus on your breathing. And releasing that stretch. Bringing the soles of the feet together, sitting up nice and tall. Stretching through the inner thighs. And just relaxing a little further into that stretch if you can. Releasing that, coming back onto the knees, placing one foot forward, leaning into hip flexor stretch, reaching above the head, really stretching out that psoas. Again, just to where you feel comfortable, releasing that stretch, switching legs. Other foot places front, and then leaning forward from the hips, reaching up above the head. And releasing that stretch. Coming up into standing, place the feet in, walk them in, walk the hands in towards the feet, bending at the knees, dropping the head, and slowly rolling up to standing, rolling through each vertebrae, rolling the shoulders back, taking a step forward into lunge position. Bring the arms forward, stretching through the upper back, and reaching up, placing the weight onto that front foot and into warrior's pose, just with a little rotation. And releasing that, coming forward again, dropping the hips down, again stretching through the quadriceps and the hip flexors, arms reaching up. And releasing that stretch. Stepping in, stepping back, placing the opposite foot forward, and again reaching forward. And sending both arms up, placing the weight on that front foot. Little rotation to the opposite side, again into warrior's position. Take your time to readjust any movements that you need. And reaching back up, facing center again, dropping the hip down. Arms reaching up. And releasing that stretch, stepping in, Opening up through the chest, arms coming out to the side. And reaching up, inhaling, exhaling, folding forward. Bending at the knees. And then rolling up slowly. And rolling the shoulders back. Reaching up again, inhaling, exhaling down front. And again, inhaling up, hands together, exhaling down front. And reaching up, inhaling, palms together, exhale down to prayer pose. Facing forward, separating the feet, just leaning over to one side, bending at the knee and the hip. And then reaching up and over, lengthening out, reaching that arm. And releasing, coming back to center, inhaling up, reaching forward. And stretching over to the other side, opening up through the hips. And reaching up and above the head, over to the side, lengthening out through the rib cage. And relaxing that down. Inhaling up, reaching the arms forward, folding forward from the hips. Hands on the thighs for support if you need, or reaching down towards the ground. Relaxing the head and the neck. Hands on the thighs again, and roll all the way up. Stepping in center, inhaling up, reaching up towards the sky, placing the hands together, hands coming down front, exhaling, reaching out to the side, opening up through the chest, inhaling up, both arms up, palms together, and exhaling down, prayer pose.